What's up, everyone? I'm Trey Baird. Let's walk and talk. Today I wanted to talk about the practice of being defensive, also known as making excuses, not taking responsibility. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, since becoming an adult and entering the workforce, this is the number one thing I'm surprised to see in the workforce, is just how little responsibility adults take for things in this day and age. At several places that I've worked in my adult years, people that were in respected positions would often point fingers and assign blame when things went wrong as a knee-jerk reaction, and it just shocked me how common it was. Which begs the question, if something is the norm and it's something that most people do, at what point does that become normal and not wrong? I personally feel that wrong is wrong regardless of the circumstances, regardless of how many people do it, but that's just my own personal opinion. I mean, look at racism, for example. It was pretty common back in years past, but it's completely taboo now, to the point that we villainize people who didn't know any better back in the past. That's pretty much how I feel about people who don't take responsibility. At this point, it's almost an epidemic. Nobody wants to be an adult and to take responsibility for things. The older I get, the more responsibility my employers tend to give me. And a lot of it I've noticed is that whenever I've been giving orders to someone, a lot of, and not just me, but when other people give orders, they're often met with an excuse. You're like, Joe, do this or that. We need this or that done. And Joe will be like, I know, I'm working on it. I can't right now. And, as a supervisor or trainer, you're thinking, I wasn't yelling at you. I was giving you a direction. Here's the thing. That is a victim mentality. That is, not giving yourself enough credit for being able to solve a problem on your own. We are all divine human beings, and we are all capable of handling things, but handling things is not always in our comfort zone, so we don't want to. We point fingers and assign blame. Let me tell you this, one of the top lessons I've learned in recent years is that it's a good feeling to take responsibility for something, even if it's not something that you should. To take responsibility for something is basically to say, I am going to make peace with this problem. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to fix the problem, but I'm going to acknowledge it and make peace with it. I mean, it's like when you get a job performance evaluation at work. You may not feel like it's easy to live up to their expectations of you, for example, but to take responsibility means you're going to put it on the back burner in your mind, and you're going to, figure out a way to become comfortable with that. To take responsibility for something doesn't mean that you have all the answers. It also doesn't necessarily mean that you're taking the blame. Blame and responsibility are two completely different things. It's like being the president of the United States. It is your responsibility to make the country better than what it was. But, you can blame the previous administration for the shape that it's in. That's still, even if you're blaming someone else, it doesn't make it any less your responsibility. What is my responsibility? It's to become clear about the problems that enter my awareness. No one wants to be preached to, though, and that's a realization that we all need to come to at one point or another. I think the answer is to live your life as an example. For example, since I started adopting this mindset in my professional life, I've noticed a shift in the way people treat me, especially supervisors. I've been more productive, and my supervisors have liked me more since I started doing this. And naturally, I've had my share of haters who don't understand why this is. But, haters are gonna hate, and you get used to that. In my quest to be successful in what I do, jealousy is going to become a problem I have to be clear upon. Having haters is a side effect of success, after all. See, to me, success is not about getting rid of all of your problems. To me, success is ultimately in dealing with your problems, either fixing them or making peace with them, and learning to work around them. And it's like I said earlier, Learning to accept responsibility is empowering. It beats the alternative of giving away your power to someone else, pointing fingers, being like, I can't do such and such because you did A, B, and C. It's a defeatist mindset. It's basically deciding not to move forward on something because you're powerless to fix the situation. And the truth is, we are almost never powerless to fix the situation. So, if we almost always have power to fix the situation, why do we continue to point fingers? My theory is that because these people don't have the awareness that they need of the situation, we rarely understand that the problems that we are in are a direct result of the choices that we make in life. So, if you are unhappy with the circumstances in your life, maybe you should evaluate the choices that you made that led you to those circumstances. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you you need to beat yourself up over them. I'm just saying, accepting responsibility for your circumstances is very empowering. I want you to feel this power that I've learned to feel myself. I want you to be empowered to make the life that you want livable. I know, man, it's not easy, especially if it's not a habit that you're into. So here's the first step. Whenever you start to feel angry and you want to assign blame, just say this: thank you for the opportunity to fill in the blank. Like working in food service, one of them that I commonly tell myself is thank you for the opportunity to develop resiliency, to grow a thicker skin. That's all it is though, it's just a glass half full mentality on whatever problem you're trying to solve. And if you do have the clarity to know that you're not going to be able to solve this problem, then find a way to make peace with it. Don't let it consume your life. Don't let it bug you. That's just the hand that you've been dealt. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. So until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the near future. Peace out.